it was very nerve-wracking now this morning when we weren't, I know I wasn't here personally at the tally, and we were looking at your updates, Seamus, you were doing a great job, and then when we seen what Cavan Town, West Cavan, and what Cavan gave Brendan, then, you know, it was fantastic to see the vote, and yeah, we're happy with that, and hopefully transfers will come through and give him the seat.
Well, they're saying nationally now at the minute that Fianna Fáil are definitely going to be the largest party in the next door. But I have to say that here, I believe we're definitely going to take 2 seats in Cavan Monaghan, and you know, Sinn Féin are saying they're taking 3 seats. But if you look at it, their vote has gone down since the last time, and if you check the numbers, they've just enough for just over 2 quotas. So unless they get a massive transfer of votes from some of the people who are being eliminated, you know, I can't see them taking 3 seats. But I firmly believe that Fianna Fáil will take 2 seats in Cavan Monaghan. It doesn't get any easier, and it's becoming much, much more harder to predict the outcome. There's no doubt about it. And when you see here, we had 20 candidates in the field, yeah. And now, after the first count, the eliminations will start, and you know, you'll see the votes will be going all over the place. You know, there doesn't seem to be any set pattern, I believe, at the present time as to where the votes are going. I suppose everyone can
hindsight
this way. Everyone can improve on their strategy,
yeah.
And you know, maybe we didn't get out in time, and I think that we probably could have prepared ourselves better. It was a short call,
yeah.
On the election, even though we knew it was coming, but we didn't prepare enough, I do believe, in time for that.
But I suppose at the same time, though, it's only been 6 months since the local election, and we've all been out. Like, all of us were on the doors. You know, you're talking last February, March time. So it was funny going back to doors so soon again. Like, it was literally within the 6 months. We're going back to the same people and seeing people who had small babies have now got a little bit bigger. Some women that were pregnant have had the babies in the meantime. So, you know, it's not that we haven't been out, you know. I suppose in the last, God, it feels like all we've done is canvass for the last year.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say too, I think that there was a very strong canvas put in.
Yeah.
So it wasn't for the lack of canvas, and probably a little bit slow off the ground getting out our posters and that.
Yeah.
That was one thing. But anyway, I think that we're still going to finish with 2 seats.
I think one of the things that you notice, like over the years now, in the last little while, you have your camera ring doorbells now, but that can be, you know, people think, oh, that's somebody, you know, what's the point in it, they're not going to canvass. But if you don't go to the door, people know you haven't been to the door. And I believe that people love to meet the person and to talk to you, and it's the personal touch still. However, with gates and everything else, and people are busy, people are working, people aren't home until, you know, maybe 5 or 6 in the evenings. There's no opportune time to meet people, and you're very lucky that you do get to meet people. So 10 years time.
Yeah, it'll be a totally different picture altogether. And I think that there'll be actually a lot more use of technology in the years to come, and people will have to prepare and get used to that.
Like, it was dark at 5 o'clock from the week after the election was called. You know, It started getting it was very cold.
Yeah,
I don't think we could feel our toes since, but no, it was very hard to get people in comparison to the canvass that we would have had for our local election. You know, you could have canvassed till 9 o'clock, 9:30 in the evening.
Now,
yeah,
because they didn't want you ringing the doorbell. There were people, see, with husband and wife working, or 2 partners working, the situation is they're home, they try to get the children to bed early, and if you're ringing their bell after 8 o'clock and waking the children and then getting up at 8 and some of them 6:30 in the morning, I mean, you can understand the anger. You'll be losing votes.
Yeah. It should come into law maybe that all elections are held in summertime. We're going to bring that up at the next.
We will.